cannot pull me over. Championship going dumb. Nothing to something I won. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me though. Win, 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 win. Curve everything else. Win, 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 win. These ops ain't. Win, 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 win. Start chasing that. Win, 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 win.
I sound it.
Okay, I'm back to school, you. This is open campus. This is, I should slap it open-handed. Tough life, I told her motto, she need lower standards. Asked her if she had a twin, I feel like Joey Tanner. Big spender, Kris Jenner, I promote the family. Kardashian, see the Benzo, she like, oh, it's happening. Think she called me, cause she never knew her daddy. And my all black, Rhythm Nation, Janet, boy, don't make me Jackson. Bodily, what's underground, what's underground, frontin' like a ride with the mob. Why shouldn't I charge me, myself, and I? Play the odds, a yes man, it's just a bobblehead doll, holler them all. Strutting like Pac out the court, hop out the Porsche, shake that, got that on menu, the a la carte. Boy, I had to make my point about this wave, watch for the sharks bounce, sharks bounce. I gave it up and talking Cuban links. Tell her ain't no weak link in my Cuban link. Only like my age. We was gangin' since the platinum FUBU days. I got dreams of being Hova out your movie, yay. Listen, babe, listen good, you think I'm cool with yay. Okay, my diamonds dancing, I could Lisa Ray. Life is hard, but it's easy being truthful, baby. For real, overload. This is like I got like my pinky. Money, baby, we don't pay, it ain't ours. Bet it back, I bet I match it like the same style. Chopsticks for beef, from shutting PF chains down. I gave you prophecy, my first one, then you laid down. Luckily, sold, but it wasn't for me. Still the flow raw, peep the way I bubble in these streets. Who can with me?
Nikki, baby.
Go.
Hey, what's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. What's up? Get the rest. Hey, I got that check-in to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your. Breno Javinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. New Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you the voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie up the big Mickey Mouse.
Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So with that, let's get you up to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They love the black and gold here in the steel setting, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Happy to be on hand. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. And before we kick, partner, your keys to the game, please.
Well, my keys are on the defensive side of the ball for both teams. And the big one, making sure you avoid giving up the big play. These safeties are going to get tested all game long. Their job, keep the ball in front of them, tackle people, make them run extra plays in order to try and score.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Ben Roethlisberger is set to lead this Pittsburgh offense. In this last year, 36 years of age, Charles led the NFL in passing yardage for the second time. He just edged out Patrick Mahomes by 32 yards, but a career high for Ben, over 5,100 passing yards.
The first time he's topped the 5,000-yard plateau. But on the negative side, missed the playoffs for just the 5th time in his 15 seasons. He'd give those 32 yards away in a heartbeat if his team had made the postseason tournament.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. The second-year man, Smith-Schuster, coming off a terrific season, 111 catches, over 1,400 yards, and 7 scores as well.
And he could very well slide into the #1 receiver role, depending on how events transpire in this offseason. But even if that doesn't happen, already has universal respect within his own locker room, was named this year's team MVP for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And a peek now at the offense for Pittsburgh.
Out wide was the youngest player in the NFL in 2017, Juju Smith-Schuster. And he also had the longest reception in the league last season at 97 yards. Actually well-schooled in route running and able to run from both outside and moving inside to the slot position in order to make big plays.
Blue 30. Black, what's that?
First carry for James Conner. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Marcus Gilchrist there to bring him down. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. The Steelers, of course, had all the questions lingering with Le'Veon Bell. Tip of the cap to James Conner. He really has filled in nicely.
He prepared himself as if he were going to be the starter right from week 1. And I got to see him in preseason, and you saw a little bit of everything. His ability to run inside, also run to the perimeter, catch the ball out of the backfield. And how about his season opener against Cleveland? They didn't win the game, but he played awfully well, 135 yards rushing, and he helped close out a big win at Tampa Bay in week 3 on Monday Night Football with some nice runs down the stretch.
It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. They go play action here on first down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. That his first incompletion after a 4 for 4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. P.J. Hall there to make the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This from 42 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw his Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. A big play there. Carr to Nelson. 55 yards. Well, that didn't take very long. You mentioned You have to keep him under wraps. Avoid the big play is what you said, and here he makes one in the first quarter.
Yeah, you can't let this become a habit. Otherwise, you know what will happen? They'll flat out take over this game.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. This is first and goal from about the 8. They'll run with Lynch, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have taken the early lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's all capped off by a Marshawn Lynch touchdown run. Carlson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start with a give to counter. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. At the end of one, 7-0 is our score. More from the Steel City coming up after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right back to him on first down. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Connor. And down to the 36-yard line here. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 28. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Brown, his first catch. It's a 1st down. And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school teammates used to call him.
I wonder what they would call him now.
More muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown, right?
I'd say you're probably right. It may be all of that. They'll still call him Boney Tony, but Ben Roethlisberger calls him my number 1 target.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
Ball start, offense. Still 1st down.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now it's Connor. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start, offense.
They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert, second-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida.
Still 1st down.
That false start costly. Moves him back to the 9 now, 1st and goal. Here's Conner. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Heinz Field after this. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now it's Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And man, Charles, talking about zinging something in there. And those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Well, for the Oakland Raiders, quite a season that just passed, and not in a great way. 4-12 in John Gruden's return as a head coach. You look forward to the offseason. You know, questions about where they're going to play next year while they transition to Vegas, but they've obviously got other questions as well.
They do, and a lot of that centers in how are they going to put together this team now, because they've dismantled it in a sense. How do they put it back together? Brand new general manager coming on board. John Gruden still has the heavy influence, but they'll start with 3 first-round picks in April's draft, including number 4 overall. A reason for optimism as they make their move to Las Vegas in 2020.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Carr now on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he fires one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Got a second here to assess Pittsburgh's last season as their offense comes onto the field. You know, for most of the folks that are fans of the Steel City, they're probably saying, wow, this was tough. But, hey, they were 9-6-1. The thing is, expectations there are playoffs every year.
You're right, and to show that, they haven't been under 500 since 2003. It's a very consistent franchise. But remember how the season began. Le'Veon Bell once again holding out. They expected him to show up and play. That didn't happen. Then at the end of the year, Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger. What's going to happen there? So they bookended their season with controversies. In the middle, did not play up to their standards. I still thought they were going to win the AFC North. Turned out Baltimore nosed them out. They've got to do some retooling in the offseason.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Eli Rogers that time. And it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
230.
They run with Connor. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. This is Harris. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Raiders offense now, they trot back out. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up second down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now because a look of surprise on the big fella's face, because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner. And usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Get down! We're waiting!
To throw again, Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky, but that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. The drive will start with Connor. And an alley to run. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan halftime report. Coach.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they are all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 24. Here's Carr. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Tie game, but they'll get excellent starting field position here to begin the second half.
And it's the starting field position that makes an offensive coordinator maybe bolder than normal. Maybe you want to take the big shot right now. Go for a big play and get their attention early, or even just run your offense because you feel good about where you are and a chance to move the ball downfield.
Yeah, maybe they go for the big play. Time to find out.
Like 30.
Now they try the right side here. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Hey, set, 180.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And they'll run it here. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, You saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And Boswell's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give the tackle there to Morgan Burnett.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Here's Carr to throw. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. First down, the run with Lynch. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Okay, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen in today's NFL, they're going to weigh over 300 pounds, but that doesn't mean they don't have agility. And the way that they can get out in front of a runner and create a space. Sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and the runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because it's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked really well for a nice piece of yardage.
Carr now on first down. Lets it go for Nelson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cody Sensabaugh.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Roethlisberger now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
Ready? 180.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Ben to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The Steelers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Shotgun now for Carr. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Carr. Caught by Nelson left side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. Carr now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The Raiders on the move. A couple of big plays in succession.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Get down, get down.
Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Carr to throw again. And that's complete to LaFell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Carr now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Again, it's Carr. And Cook has it left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now Carr again. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great play there from 6 yards away. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Carlson now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Rodgers. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. He got 29 yards that time. They'll look to throw. Over the middle complete. That's McDonald. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. As the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down, Lynch. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. On second down, Lynch. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as he'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This will be fielded at the 17. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another fourth quarter comeback?
And it's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
The Steelers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.